President Trump welcomed Israel's Prime Minister Netanyahu to the White House yesterday. They're going to reveal and discuss the Middle East peace plan. Take a listen to what the president said about Palestine. Roll tape.
Mr. President, did you speak to the Palestinians about your plan, to the Palestinian president? Because there are reports...
We will be reporting on that tomorrow. It's something they should want. They probably won't want it initially, but I think in the end they will. I think in the end they're going to want it. It's very good for them. In fact, it's overly good to them. So we'll see what happens. Now, without them, we don't do the deal, and that's okay. They're not living well. As you know, we cut off aid to Palestinians, and something I don't like to do, but we did that. And we think that there's a very good chance that they're going to want this.
All right, let's bring in Matthew Brodsky with the Gold Institute for International Strategy. Matthew, if the Palestinians are not involved, and they're not, then the president says we won't do the deal. This thing is not going to get off the ground, is it?
Well, I think you're going to have a period of time where everyone's going to look at the details of the deal. It's very true that the Palestinian side has completely disengaged from the process, has rejected the deal even before seeing it, decided that they didn't even want to be involved in the process. But I think the problem there goes beyond that, because if you recall, last June, there was an economic conference the administration put on in Bahrain, all designed to bolster the economy for the Palestinian people and improve their lives. This is something where, again, the Palestinian leadership decided to try to get the Arab world and Palestinians themselves to boycott this conference. So at some point, they're going to have to stop shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah, but fair point. But if they're not going to be there and they're not involved in this, doesn't that leave the world, the view open for Israel to just continue to do what it's doing and win, doesn't it?
Well, I think the main thing here is that the Palestinian side is going to have to come to the table, because by simply rejecting things as they've done for decades in successive peace offers...
But what will make them come to the table? You say they must come to the table eventually. Really?
Yeah, because at some point they're going to have to deal with the mythology that they're basically promoting amongst themselves, which is simply not a red line that any Israeli offer could ever cross. They're simply not going to get all Jews out of Jerusalem or have the return of 5 million refugees to Israel while there is, in fact, a Palestinian state next door. So there has to be based on reality, and that's what this plan is going to do.
Whichever Palestinian leader brings them into any kind of peace arrangement, that will create a civil war amongst Palestinians, because you're always going to have a large number who will reject it all completely. And they've got a lot of guns.
Right. Well, and clearly that's already the case, because Hamas is a terrorist organization that runs Gaza and is pledged to Israel's destruction through military means. But I think the fact is, what the administration has done with its approach is to reach out to the Palestinian street, to go over the Palestinian Authority, to try to help the people, because that's where it matters most. Is, of course, the Palestinian Authority believes the status quo is in its favor. The Palestinian people, I believe, feel quite differently, and that's why reaching out to them to put pressure from below up top is going to make a difference, hopefully.
Yes, hopefully indeed. Wouldn't that be a wonderful thing? So, thanks for joining us on the program today.
Pleasure.
A timely appearance, and we appreciate it, sir. Thank you very much. Okay. Now then, I was accused